So, Rolling Stone released their 250 greatest guitarists. I think they do this like every year. I don't know if it's always 250. Yikes. Uh, they put. Now, let me just say, I would put stuff on screen for you guys, but I was looking on my phone, and when I went to go on my computer, which on my phone it was flooded with ads too, but it was a little easier to navigate. On my computer, there were so many ads, I was like, I'm done. It's ridiculous. If you want to go look at it, I mean, the thing's a joke anyway, but if you want to go look at it, feel free. Um, but first of all, they clumped the old school Judas Priest guitarists, KK Downing and Tipton, I think. I don't Glenn Tipton. Okay, yeah, my pronunciation was a little off, but yeah, they clumped those two guitarists together, and they were ranked at like they were ranked super low, super low. I don't remember the exact number, but it was below 196, I believe, because I'm pretty sure 196 was Dimebag Darrell, and then at 100 was Kerry King. Now, Kerry King was very influential for what he did in Slayer, and it's not that I think he's terrible. He makes great riffs, but my goodness, some of those solos. There is no way that with those solos, that Dimebag is 96 guitarists lower than him. I'm sorry. There's no way. And then Dave Mustaine and Marty Friedman aren't on the list at all. How? How are they not even on the list? Not at all. That blows my mind. I know that, talking about guitarists, there's so much opinion there that it's tough. Like, I already know that what I said about Kerry King, people are going to probably be mad. But I feel like there's a point, though, where, even if someone was annoyed with what I said about Kerry King, at least there would still be a more nuanced discussion, I feel like, where, we go back and forth and stuff on it. But the whole list makes no sense. Like, I don't understand how, like, because yeah, I guess backtrack what I said, because even though, we go back and forth on it and there could be disagreements, what actually determines who's better then? Because I would imagine you would go by technicality mixed in with creativity, mixed in with other types of nuance, where it's like, okay, like, were they influential? Okay, did they take their craft and push it forward? Did they where does their skill end? Like, where are they boxed in? Because you could have someone that's technically super good, like can play anything, but then they can end up being more like a robot, and that's gonna take some points away. So that's why with Kerry King, his soloing, to me, it's got to peg him down. Like, it worked for Slayer for sure, but I mean, that's just Slayer though. Whereas, like, you can look at, like, no one's gonna be like, wow, I'm gonna learn those solos and implement that style of solo for all of my songs in my band. Like, it's such a particular sound for Slayer, and it works, it's great, but there's gotta be a point where you factor that in. So, like, with Dimebag, it's like, I mean, the stuff that Dimebag played, to me, was beyond what Kerry King did in terms of, like, technicality, but there's also the creative push too. So I don't know. Again, like I said, there could still be arguments made for all of these guitarists, but my point is that at what point does it get to where it's like, well, why are we even making this list? Like, I just don't even understand, because then if you look at the Judas Priest guitarists, how are they so low? Like, does anyone want to look me in the face and say that Kerry King is a better guitar player than the two original in Judas Priest? I know that one of them is still in Judas Priest, just before someone comments on that. But, like, what? And then for Dave Mustaine to not be on the list at all? Because even if you can't stand him and you can't stand Megadeth, pretty much nobody would disagree. The influence Dave Mustaine had, the skill that he had, the riffage that was like more like lead playing, no one would deny that. And he's not on there at all? And Kerry King's at 100? I wouldn't care if Kerry King was at 100 if these other guitarists weren't put below him. That's what I don't get. Because like I said, at what point, what is the list then? What is even the list? Which, by the way, Rolling Stone, if you somehow see this, you know, I understand you got to put food on the table. Like, I don't have ad block. I don't use it. You're making me not want to use the website. I'm telling you, if you guys don't have ad block and you try to go on it, good luck. It's insane. You can't even look at it. I would like to look at it and tell you guys more descriptive things on these numbers, but I have to go by memory because there's no way I'm going back on that website. It's insane. It's insane. So I don't know. You got the ads all over the website. You can't even see the lists, which it's also, you can't even just scroll straight down. It's not like 250 to number 1. It literally is in chunks, so you have to click on more pages. So that's fun. So not only do you have a bunch of ads, but then you got to go through that Safari quest again of navigating through the ads because you clicked on another page. It's abysmal. And then on top of all of that, the list sucks anyway. And I don't know if it's where it's like, this is what they want. Like, what I'm doing is what they want. They want me to talk about it. They want me to say all this stuff to create a buzz. I don't know. But I feel like at a certain point, like, no one's going to care. Like, I feel like no one's going to be talking about this, like, even within a week from now. Maybe 2. So I don't know. Like, what is this list for? And then Jimi Hendrix was at number 1. That's whatever. Like it's whatever. Which, by the way, I almost didn't say this because I'm not sure if I just missed them. And again, I'd like to look, but it's ridiculous because I can't even just click on it and do like Control F because you have to click on all the separate pages too. It's not just 250 to 1. I don't even think Eddie Van Halen was on there. Could be wrong about that. I don't even think he was on there. If he really wasn't, that's insane. But it's still insane. Like, Megadeth isn't some underground band. Like it's very well known, and most publications talk about how good Dave Mustaine is as a guitarist, and they usually do lump him in with Marty Friedman, which I wish they just didn't lump in guitarists. I mean, I kind of get it if it's like, you know, like with Judas Priest, like are they gonna have to sit there and pick which one was like better? So I mean, I guess I do get it, but I don't know. It like they got me to talk about, how long has this been? It's been 9 minutes and a half of recording. I don't know how long this video will end up being, but like they got me to talk about it. At the end of the day, is this a big deal? Not at all, because who cares what they think, right? But it just blows my mind. Like, this is the publication for music. So I just don't understand, like, where they're actually getting their placements. And again, I'd like to do a deeper dive and maybe try to figure out what they were doing. But I've got ads all over the screen and I can't even look at it. I'm afraid I'm going to get one of those ones that pops up. It's like, wow, you got like a virus. And then I don't know. So not going back on there. Rolling Stone, maybe clean it up a little bit for the few that don't use ad block that you actually get money off of. And yeah, maybe make a better list. Catch you guys in the next one.